Hi everyone. Welcome to today's pantry food haul. This food haul is for a senior citizen. This is not my food. I will not be eating it. As soon as I'm finished with this haul, I'm going to pack this food up and give it to my neighbor, Mr. Davis. Mr. Davis is an elderly man. He's about 85 years old, and he's having a hard time getting out to buy food. And he doesn't have a lot of money. And it's cold in Chicago, and there's a lot of ice on the ground, so he was kind of worried about getting out. So I offered to go to the food pantry to pick him up some food. So this food pantry that I went to is right down the street. It's like 3 blocks, and it was a little crowded. They started giving out food at 2 o'clock. They started giving out tickets at 1:45. When I got there at 1:30, I was number 24. So the line was kind of long. The people were nice. There was a lot of talking, telling me where I should go to get food, what pantries was giving out the best food. You know how people who go to food pantry, sometimes they stand in line and they tell you everything that's going on within the food pantry system. So it was a nice conversation. So with that being said, I think this is a pretty good food haul for a person who is a senior citizen because it's easy for them to eat it. It's easy to cook it. You don't have to worry about them choking because a lot of elderly people have problems with digesting food and eating food. It's easy to choke when you're older, especially if you wear dentures sometimes and your dentures get loose. I've noticed that the food pantries are now giving out a lot of toothpaste, so if you're at a food pantry, you might end up getting some. So let me start and let me tell you what I got and what are the suggestions that I'm going to have for Mr. Davis for what he should be eating and what he can do with the food. I'm going to try to go over there and help him cook some of the food. So we have pears, we have apples, which is good. We have dried red tart cherries, which I will make some muffins with for him. I think he would enjoy that. The plums are good for your digestive system. So I really think he's gonna like these. And he can put these in his robe or something if he needs something sweet. He's also a diabetic. So this is really good. And I also got him these dried cranberries. This helps too if you're a diabetic. You can just put these in your mouth and you're good to go. I also got 3 of these vegetable oils. Now I know he doesn't fry a lot, but they told me I could get as many as I wanted. So I said, well, let me just get 3 of them. Because you can use them when you're baking also. I got 4 cans of pink salmon. They said you can get as many as you wanted. So I think that I'm going to make for him salmon and rice, salmon croquettes, salmon salad, and I have to think of some other things. I also got him 3 cans of tuna and tuna noodle casserole, tuna salad, tuna melt, and he should be good to go. I also got a loaf of this bread, country white bread. I should have gotten wheat because you can easily choke on white bread, but I got to think about that, what I'm going to do with that. I might not be able to get that to him. I also received 4 of these frozen peaches, which is good, and the apricots. This is very healthy for you. They were giving out a lot of fruit today at the pantry. And so that's really healthy, and that'll help him. If he doesn't really have an appetite, he doesn't really have to worry about getting a cold because he has a lot of vitamin C coming in. As far as the peaches, the apricots, and the oranges. I received oranges too. And then I also received 1 can of the apricot halves. And I also I picked up some spaghetti. Now when I cook the spaghetti for him, I'm gonna cut it real small, and that way he'll be able to eat it better and digest it better. I also got some whole wheat pasta, and that can go with the tuna and the pink salmon. I got 4 little cartons of orange juice. I got 4 of the Colgate Sensitive for your toothpaste. I also got these vegetable soup. I ended up getting only 4 of them. I should have got more, but I couldn't carry all of this. I don't know if I mentioned, though, I went to a church, and in the church, they had all these stairs. So if you are elderly or if you're a senior citizen, you got bad knees, going up and down them stairs and trying to carry that food by yourself is not a good idea. It's just too hard. So and there were a lot of people struggling with their bags, and I felt so bad for them. They didn't have anybody out there helping the seniors or people who were disabled to carry those bags up and down those stairs. It was ridiculous. Okay, let's go back to this. I also have 3 cans of pineapple slices. And I'm going to use this for pineapple muffins. And I'm also going to make him a pineapple cake because I got some cake mix. I got 4 cans of chicken ravioli. The food pantries are starting to give chicken ravioli out a lot. I've never had this before, but this is good for your lunch. This is good for your dinner. You can eat this with the apricots or the peaches, and you'll have a complete meal. I also got him 3 cans of the chicken noodle soup. I didn't check the sodium content because he has high blood pressure, but I think he'll be able to eat that. I also received for him some of these veggie snacks. So these are carrots. So I got some raisins. I can make the carrot and raisin salad for him, or he can just eat them plain. I also got 1 can of baked beans. He's not a bean person, so I was only able to get 1 can for him. I also got some of these cheese string. And these are really good. They're nice for a snack. Like in the morning, if he doesn't want to eat, he can just have one of these, as long as he has something before he before he takes his medication. I also got 2 cans of the golden corn. And this is no salt added. Right here, this is really good for him. So as you can see, this is a pretty good haul for a senior citizen. I also got him 1 whole chicken, and I'm going to cook that. I'm going to put it in a pot, put it in the water, and put it on the stove, and then I'm going to chop it up for him. I think that'll be a better way of eating it, because then if he has the chicken chopped up, he can do a lot of different things with it. You can make pasta, you can make chicken casserole, you